Everyone, thanks for joining me on another Rescue 101 from my Tia Talk podcast. Okay, I know the last couple of episodes we've been talking about adoption guidelines, and I did have more to speak on in regards to that. But I want to jump ahead a little bit, or maybe not even jump ahead, jump off to the side and address the most common question comment I get in regards to opening up your own rescue. If I had a dime for every email or phone call that I got that said, I have 20 acres, I have 30 acres, I have acreage, and I just want to fill it up with dogs. I want to start my own rescue sanctuary right now. Where do I start? My knee jerk response would be don't. Okay. And I've said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it. You are going to find yourself struggling and just heading down that rabbit hole that you can't come out of. This is coming from someone who's done it. Okay. And we, up until a few years ago, we had a TV show backing us up and we still struggled. Okay. Unless you're independently wealthy, don't do it. Okay. Because, like, the first thing you have to do, first of all, is you got to make sure you have proper zoning. And just because a property is zoned, and I'm going to say this because I've seen a lot of people make this mistake. I belong to some dog kennel Facebook groups, and I've seen this comment quite often. I bought a property with a lot of acreage because it said it was zoned for livestock. So I assumed it'd be okay with dogs. Not true. Actually, not true at all. Okay. You could be zoned for 1,000 head of cattle, and that doesn't mean they'll allow you to have more than 3 dogs on the property. Oh, yeah. So um, you have to make sure that you would be zoned to have a dog kennel. And getting zoning for a dog kennel is very difficult. Okay. It's very difficult. So that's the first thing that you need to figure out. Um, and if I had to go back and do it over again, the property that we had in California, I had nothing to do with that. My ex, well, he wasn't my ex. Well, he was my ex at the time. My baby daddy, so my daughter Mariah's father, who I was with for 12 years, when we got back together, he bought that property so I could have my dogs. Okay. The one thing we never thought to ask, I mean, you just wouldn't, is what's the weather like here? Okay. And I mean, for that particular area, it was in a valley. Little did we know that the Santa Ana winds came there every single year from October to March, every night. We're talking 70-mile-an-hour winds. No exaggeration. Ripped my kennels out of the ground, tipped over buildings. Yeah, we had no idea. It was brutal. You know, you don't think to ask, well, what's the weather like here? Do you have any weird quirks that go on? Anyways, so my advice is just stick to a few dogs at a time. Like I said, do it out of your house, do it out of your backyard. And I know it sounds so romantic to say, I want to save 100 dogs. I want to go into a shelter and empty it out. I am telling you, if you don't listen to anything I say to you through this entire podcast, don't do it. Unless, like I said, you are independently wealthy and you have a lot of money backing you up. You will find yourself bankrupt, pawning everything, selling everything. Here it is, the year 2025. Our TV show's been gone for a few years now. We are struggling. Bad. Okay. Really bad. Donations are at an all-time low. So here we are, a rescue group that was the longest running show on Animal Planet, and we're barely making it. So just don't do it, guys. And I don't even want to give you advice on like how to build kennels, what to do, because I just don't want to enable you. I'd rather you just do something small. How do they say it? This is for your own good. It's just it's just a lot, you know. And I do follow a lot of rescue groups that do have a large number of dogs, and I look at the difference between the ones that have money backing them, like their family has money and their places are well put together, and then the ones that are trying to do it on their own and they're struggling and now they've just stepped in it and they don't know what to do to get out of it. Um, yes, I know. You want to pull dogs out of the shelter. You don't want to see dogs euthanized. Don't we all? We just it's just it's not feasible. Okay. So that's my quick advice for those that want to start a large facility, sanctuary. Um, just don't do it unless you have the financial backing to be able to. So, and if you have the financial backing, then you can pay someone to tell you how to do it, you know. Um, but I think the next few episodes we're going to get back into adoption guidelines. I want to talk to you more about the responsibility you have to your dog once you adopt it out. Yes, you do. Maybe get into some home checks, how we do our home checks, and I think that'll about wrap it up. I think for this little series, it's great having this because I can refer people now because I get the call all the time, I get the email all the time. How do I start my own rescue? What do I do? And now I say, oh, you can go over to my platforms, my social media platforms, and listen to or watch Rescue 101, and it's all there. A little quick snapshot. All right, y'all. Whoops, I just dropped my microphone. Sorry. Okay, well, then we will catch up on the next one. And until we meet again.